No, I don't see anything at all. I'm just admiring myself and enjoying your presence and being on the show with
Best gangster TV show ever created.
Gangster movie, Denzel Washington, freaking training day.
And this is what best documentary. It's the best TV show ever created.
Honestly, for me, Sesame Street.
Any sort of psychoactive substance Einstein would transcend those off. And this is what Einstein attempted to do a lot. Let me give you a contemporary definition of a power.
Well, I'll tell you what the cause that
You have a graffiti acid,
What's something a grown ass man shouldn't be doing?
Choking the bishop.
What's something?
Because if the brain transitions from different brain states, from the deep delta state, the theta state, back to the alpha, while it's transitioning, you may not be able to
Aren't you filming me?
how's this boy? How's your boy now? How's your boy now?
I really like it. Well, I don't remember getting you any presents, but
so when you take Viagra, do you get a hard on power?
when I take people take Viagra for me, like they chew it up and then put it in my mouth. No, I don't do Viagra. I do they reverse engineer Allegra, and that was supposed to be Viagra. And then the people in Nicaragua thought that they were being, they would wake them up in the middle of the night. People were just getting phone calls from all over the world. I can't see the screen with these glasses.
I want to ask you a question. You're protagonist.
I really like it. I like
How
the
do you feel
texture.
about
I like how it's not ironed. How do I feel It's about supposed to be how I feel about intense. a joke or the
Grown
joke?
ass man shouldn't be doing.
Choking the bishop.
What's something?
The owner is this guy that bags groceries at the Ralph's down the street. This guy is like, he just puts snot. He's always got a cold, and he's always wiping his nose.
This is the same phenomenon. And this is what Einstein attempted to do a lot. He brought down the power for reason actually the ego power and not Superman, because if the brain transitions from different brains. So he was born a Superman from the deep delta state.
Because you have to have it in you. It just not appear.
Right, it's a biological disposition. And this is the same phenomenon we see with X-Men.
I really like it. I like the texture. I like how it's not. Didn't expect that. It's not ironed. It's not supposed to be ironed. Significance. What is it? What's
Gangster movie, Denzel Washington, freaking training day with Denzel Washington.
Best gangster. What's the best TV show ever created?
Honestly, for me, it's Sesame Street. Yeah, Sesame Street is a classic.
What's the best TV show? It's the best documentary.
Is this
ever
your
created.
workout routine, or is this how you meet the opposite sex?
Documentary.
Let me give you a contemporary definition of a power. You have a graffiti artist, and it's technologically inclined, but you're not intelligent, Tony Stark.
Okay, thanks a lot. I really appreciate that. Glad to have you on the show. You can come at me. No, seriously, I have the skin tone for it.
So good.
I have the skin tone, and I have the elasticity in my nose from pretending that I'm a boxer.
Here's what. Let me give you a contemporary definition of a paradox. You have a graffiti artist
Touching my apples, and it's just it's upsetting. It's
despicable.
It's a paradox.
Paradox.
It's a paradox. It's a pair of ducks.
That's not a paradox.
Paradox isn't a paradox?
I thought Tony.
It's the best documentary ever created.
Okay, thanks a lot. I really appreciate that. Glad to have you on the show.
I don't know the only thing I know is a byproduct of those ballpark franks.
Well,
they put. That's why I eat butter sausage. I love butter sausage.
Well, a byproduct. Let me explain. A byproduct is a. What did you just say? A butter sausage?
Byproduct. That means.
I've done a lot of projects in LA. I did a lot of studio projects. I got invited to a lot of shows. Pasadena Media, primarily in LA, they had a lot of studio shows. So I got invited to do a lot of lectures on specifically subjects that I found intriguing. And so what I did was I published on my website a consolidation of a number of different subjects I lectured on, and also things I did on a personal level. So what my website is really based on is a consolidation of a number of different subjects where I discuss the physics.
Our consciousness is something that we have to proactively take initiative to do a lot.
They used to explore something called parahypnagogia. Parahypnagogia have two areas. You have hypnopompic and hypnagogic hallucination. Hypnopompic hallucination occurs on the onset of sleep.
For me,
Hypnagogic
so beautiful that I don't even want to stop here. This is almost 2 minutes, but
he would doze off.
okay.
In his hand.
classic.
And as you have both fall
It's so
asleep, the optic
beautiful
will
that I
drop and he
don't even
will
want to
wake.
stop here. This is almost 2 minutes, but whatever. This is so
Because if the
good.
brain transitions from different brain states, from the deep delta state, the theta state, back to the alpha, while it's transitioning, you may not be able to
Okay, so
recollect.
here we go. This is just like when you try to return something at Whole Foods, if an Amazon product. Sometimes they'll tell you to go to another store.
That is such a bad.
Oh, we don't do it.
That's such a bad analogy.
How dare you? Our first fight.
Yeah, that's a bad analogy.
No, but it's true. I just went into Whole Foods, and I tried to return something, and they said, no, this says you have to do it at another store.
Yeah. You do that sometimes. But how you like it that?
I really like it.
Yeah. I'm not changing it again because people think I'm wealthy. So any more deep questions about music, drawing, art?
How about Christmas? You celebrate Christmas?
No.
You don't believe in the written whatever? Is it a pagan thing? How do you see Christmas?
I don't focus on things that don't really align with my general interest. I see more of a distraction. So I'm probably going to spend Christmas studying stuff, drawing, painting, art, music. Just again, you know,
Our state, our consciousness is something that we have to proactively take.
Guy that bags groceries at the Ralph's down the street. This guy.
I don't like to get into things like that, but it did happen, and I'm not going to go into it.
I'll tell you what people call that. Lysergic acid diethylamide, LSD, or psilocybin.
That's the best documentary ever created.
Wayman with the Dustin
Best documentary? The one that 50 Cent did about Diddy.
Any sort of psychoactive
okay.
substance that alter your temporary or the
Beautiful mind, a beautiful mind, and Wayman with the Dustin.
And this is what Einstein
That's a
and
movie
Hendrix
based
used to do a
on a
lot.
true
They used to
story.
explore something called parahypnagogia. Right, it's a biological parahypnagogia position. And this is the same phenomenon we see.
My favorite
with
villain is
X-Men.
this guy that bags groceries at the.
Christopher Reeve is actually
Because
the
I mean, you're not just the
and not
jacket.
Superman. He was
What is?
Superman.
Let me ask you a philosophical
So he was
question
born
about
a
something that's not
superhero.
philosophical.
Yeah, right.
Right, because you have to have
go
you have to have it in you. It doesn't just appear.
Right, it's a biological parahypnagogia position. And this is the same phenomenon we see with the X-Men. You know, your
racquetball,
on
you're
set for
just.
sleep.
Well, okay, we didn't expect
occurs
that.
on the offset. And what Einstein would do is he would doze off with an object in his hands. And as he's about to fall asleep, the object will drop and he will wake and remember his hallucination. Because if the brain transitions from different brain states, from the deep delta state.
Is this your workout routine, or is this how you meet the opposite sex?
Intellectual answer. Yo, here's what. Let me give you a
I don't know, how long does that
contemporary
take?
definition of a
Well,
paradox. I like a lot.
you have
of
a-
how high do you have to be to
technologically
start wearing
inclined, but you're not
women's
intelligent,
clothes?
Tony Stark.
Okay, thanks a lot. I really
middle of
appreciate that.
being
Glad to have you on the show.
guitar player.
No, you can come at me. No, seriously.
just being a
I have the
left-handed
skin tone
guitar
for
player
it.
is unusual
I have the
enough.
skin tone, and I have the elasticity in my
I mean,
nose.
he looks great.
And by the way, it's not a.
From,
I think it's like women's clothes
from
are the best
pretending
to wear
that I'm
ever,
a boxer.
especially
Yo,
if they
here's what.
fit.
Let me give you a
But
contemporary
that's an
definition of a
elemental
paradox.
construct. That's
You have a graffiti artist.
that's touching my apples and
Lysergic acid
you know, it's just it's upsetting. It's a paradox.
Or
Paradox. It's a paradox.
Big term for DMT.
It's a pair of ducks.
Any sort of psychoactive substance. That
Paradox isn't a paradox?
I thought Tony Stark, Iron Man is technologically and this is what Einstein, Tony Stark, and Hendrix.
Okay, thanks a lot. I really appreciate that. Glad to have you on the show.
I don't know the by. The only thing I know is the byproduct.
Steven Seagal thing to it.
This is all like
They put That's why
And
butter
this is what
sausage. I
made
love
Jimi
butter
Hendrix
sausage.
so
aesthetically
byproduct. Let me
astonishing
explain. A
in those
byproduct
era
is
because
what
he
do you
used to
just
wear
say?
a lot of
Butter
Victorian
sausage?
Byproduct.
women
Byproduct. That makes
Done a
sense.
lot
He
of
wear a lot
projects
of
in LA.
women
I did a
clothes.
lot of
Old
studio
Victorian,
projects. I got
19th
invited to a
century.
lot of shows.
Woman clothes he wore.
Pasadena Media,
So,
primarily
I like a
LA.
lot of
Now,
They had a
how,
lot of
how high do you
studio
have to
shows.
be to start wearing
So I
women's
got invited to do a lot
clothes
of lectures
in the
on
middle of being a
specifically subjects
left-handed
that I found
guitar
intriguing.
player?
And so what I did was
I mean,
I published
just being a
on my
left-handed
website a
guitar player is
consolidation
unusual
of a
enough.
number of different subjects
I mean,
I lectured on. And also
I mean,
things
he
I
looks
did on a
great. By the
personal
way,
level. So
it's
what
not
my
a-
website is
I think
really
it's like
based on
women's
the
clothes with a bed.
consolidation.
No, I don't see anything at
of a
all. I'm
number
just
of different
admiring
subjects where I
myself and
discussed the
enjoying
physics.
your
Our
presence
consciousness
and being
is
on the show
something
with
that
Yes,
we
let
have
me
to
give you a
proactively
contemporary
take
definition of a power. They used to explore something called power
Right? I have a
hypnagogy.
single vanishing point
Power hypnagogy have two
on my
areas. You have
horizon line.
hypnopompic and
I have
hypnagogic
my
hallucination.
sky,
Hypnopompic
and then I have my
hallucination
landers
occurs on the
where
onset
they're
of
gonna
sleep. Hypnagogic
everything
occurs on
in
the
one point
onset. And what
perspective
Einstein would do is
that is
he would doze off with an
completely
object in his hands. And as
horizontal
if you're
or
about to fall asleep,
vertical
the object will drop
goes
and he
to
will
this vanishing
wake
point,
and remember his
right? I could
hallucination.
make,
Because
you
if the
know,
brain
Like it's got a
transitions from different brain
Steven
states,
Seagal thing to it.
from the deep
This
delta
is more like
state,
a
the theta
Hendrix,
state, back to the alpha. While it's transitioning, you may not be able to equilibrate.
aesthetically.
And
Just
this
like
what
when you try to
stunts.
return
What's the
something
best
at,
documentary
at Whole
ever
Foods,
created?
if
My
an Amazon
octopus
product.
teacher.
Best
Sometimes they'll tell you to go to
documentary?
another
The one that
store.
50 Cent did
That
about
is
Diddy.
such a bad.
Oh, we don't do
analogy.
it. Just talked about
That's such a
horses. Talked
bad
about
analogy.
Christopher Reeves. How dare you? That horse. Our first fight.
I
don't.
yeah, that's a bad analogy.
No, but it's true. I just went into
I didn't
into Whole
mention that
Foods.
part, but I did
And
mention
I
it.
tried to
I
return
don't like to
something,
get
and they
into
said,
things
no,
like
this
that,
says
but
you have to
it
do it
did
in another
happen,
store.
and
I'm not going to go on a horse ever
You
again.
do that sometimes.
Or do you go on
How you like
horses?
this jacket?
I don't, but
I really
isn't
like
that
it.
intriguing, Tony.
Yeah,
That
I'm not changing again because people think
Christopher
I'm
Reeve is
well
actually
the
the
altered ego.
So any more deep
And not Superman. He was
questions
born
about
Superman.
music,
Drawing.
Well,
He was
it's just your
art.
calling. It's sort of a reminder of how about Christmas?
what
You
you
celebrate
really
Christmas?
are and what you
Classic. A Beautiful Mind.
You don't
A Beautiful
believe
Mind and
in
Rayman with the Dustin Hoffman.
written whatever.
This is the all-encompassing.
Is it a pagan thing? Do you, what do you? How do you see Christmas?
I don't focus on things
Classic.
that don't really
Classic.
align
A Beautiful
my
Mind.
general
A Beautiful
interest.
Mind
I
and
see more
Rayman.
of it as a
Anyway, back to
distraction.
the
So I'm probably going to spend
Pregnant
Christmas
is an
studying
extension
stuff
of
like
myself.
drawing,
Just like,
painting, art, music.
Christopher Reeve
Just
is
again,
Superman's
or the
What's the best TV show ever created?
Honestly?
Our consciousness is something
For me?
that we have to
It's Sesame Street.
proactively
Yeah, Sesame Street is a classic.
What's the
guy
best
that
TV
bags
show ever
groceries
created?
at the,
Rugrats.
Ralph's,
Bernie Mac
down the street. This guy is. This guy.
Yeah, I saw you. I said, this is the next biggest thing happening in comedy. And you'll be sitting, yo, look who I'm with.
I'll tell you what's supposed that.
Yo,
This is so beautiful that I don't even want to stop here. This is almost 2 minutes, but whatever. This
What's the best documentary ever created?
My octopus teacher.
Best documentary.
LSD, any sort of psychoactive or temporary state of mind.
DJ Young Fly. Yo,
And this is what
Okay.
Einstein and
Classic.
Hendrix used to do a lot. They
Classic.
used to explore something called power for DMT. Power, any sort of psychoactive substance that alter your
My
temporary.
favorite villain is
Classic.
this
A Beautiful
guy
Mind.
that bags
A Beautiful Mind
groceries
and
at the.
Rayman with the Dustin
Because
Hoffman.
I mean, you're not just the jacket. What is?
beautiful that
Let me
I
ask
don't
you a
even want to
philosophical
stop
question
here.
about
This is
something.
almost 2 minutes, but whatever. This is so
Where do
good.
we go? I made it shorter when we sleep.
Power hypnagogy have two areas. You have hypnopompic and hypnagogic hallucination. Hypnopompic hallucination occurs on the onset of sleep. Hypnagogic occurs on the onset. And what Einstein would do is he would doze off with an object in his hands. And as if you're about to fall asleep, the object will drop and he will wake and remember his hallucination. Because if the brain transitions from different brain state, from the deep delta state. Do you want a true, genuine, intellectual answer?
I don't know how long does that take.
Well, no, I don't see anything at all. I'm just admiring myself and enjoying your presence as being on the show with freaking Tony Stark himself, Iron Man.
Well, I don't remember getting you any presents, but
So when you take Viagra, do you get a hard on twice?
when I take people take Viagra from me, like no, they chew it up and then put it in my mouth. No, I don't do Viagra. I do they reverse engineer Allegra